They said it was just a blackout, a citywide grid failure, nothing more. But the silence that fell wasn't natural. It hummed with an unnatural tension. My old radio, usually a comfort, only offered a hiss of static. Then, through the white noise, a whisper. It was faint at first, barely perceptible, like a ghost trying to break through. I leaned closer, straining to hear past the crackle and hum. The air grew cold. The whisper solidified, forming words, clear as a bell despite the interference. Whisper 68 Delta. It repeated, a low, insistent command. My blood ran cold, yet a strange compulsion took hold. It wasn't a request. It was an instruction, delivered with an unnerving authority. The static seemed to pulse around the words, drawing me in, pulling me towards an unknown destination. The coordinates were vague, a series of numbers and letters that made no sense on any map. Yet, I found myself driving, following an instinct I couldn't explain. The city lights were gone, swallowed by the darkness. The road grew rougher, leading me away from familiar streets. Buildings became skeletal outlines against the moonless sky. The air grew heavy, thick with the scent of decay and forgotten things. Finally, I stopped before a hulking shadow. An abandoned warehouse, its windows like vacant eyes staring into the void. The message had led me here, to this desolate, forgotten place. A shiver traced its way down my spine. Every fiber of my being screamed to turn back, but the whisper still echoed in my mind. It demanded entry. The door groaned open, revealing an abyss of shadows. The air inside was stale, heavy with dust and the silence of long disuse. My flashlight beam cut through the gloom, dancing across forgotten machinery. Then I saw it. Not a person, not a ghost, but a poster. Large, vibrant, and disturbingly new. It was plastered on a grimy wall, illuminated by the weak beam. Her face stared back at me. Mia, my partner. The woman I'd loved. The woman I'd buried 2 years ago. Her smile, her eyes, perfectly rendered, impossibly alive. My breath hitched. This wasn't a faded memory or a cruel trick of the light. This was a fresh print, her image vibrant against the decaying backdrop. How could this be? Disbelief warred with a creeping dread. Mia was gone. She was dead. Yet here she was, her face on a poster, as if she were merely missing, not lost forever. The world tilted. A cold, metallic click echoed from the darkness behind me. My heart hammered against my ribs. I wasn't alone. The air grew thick with an unseen presence. Then, a voice, low and resonant, cut through the silence. It was calm, deliberate, and utterly chilling. You're not supposed to be here, Shaw. The name, my name, spoken by an unknown entity in the shadows. It wasn't a question, it was a statement of fact, a declaration of my trespass. I was trapped. Every instinct screamed danger. Someone had been watching. Someone knew about Mia. And someone knew about me. The static had led me into a web I couldn't comprehend.